Hi everyone, welcome to the last video on this page by Agotapop with these lovely and witchy items. Now the full page is available to buy from her Etsy store, link in the description with my 10% discount code. Right, I have decided that I'm not going to do all of this page. As I said yesterday, I'm going to do a few elements. So we're going to actually start with the broomstick. I don't think I've coloured a broomstick this Halloween, so I thought that would be a good place to start. I'm trying to pick a few items today, oops, there we go, that I haven't coloured this year or maybe never for a, for a video. Now I tend to like my broomstick candles to be a lighter colour than this bit. So I'm going to use my brown ochre. This is Polychromos, by the way. I probably completely forgot to tell you in the last two videos what I was using. But anyway, sorry. A bit slack at times, but if I ever do that, for those of you who might watch more of my videos, there is always a description in the description of the video. There's always a list of what I've used in the video, and so there you'll be able to find out. So that should help you, I hope. So a basic light brown, really simple. Whoops. But now we're going to add to it. You could just leave it like that if you wanted to. You don't have to add to it, but I want to add to it, so I'm going to add a few different things. I'm going to start with the nougat. It's a much darker tone, and what I want to do is to put in a little bit of shadow around the edge, so across here. Now what I'm trying to do is to make the handle look more like a rounded broom handle rather than just a flat drawn item. And by putting in some shadow, I'm going to fade that towards the centre. If you do a little bit on each side, it should help to make it look a little more rounded. Just going to stop the video a minute though, 1 second. Oh, that's better. So green gold, and I'm sort of going to put in some shadow on these top bits, so sort of top and bottom of each bit, like this. It's sort of making it a bit darker. Like that. And here I'm thinking maybe the top, maybe where there'd be some shadow underneath this a bit, but I'm thinking these bits are sort of on top, so they might have shadow under them like that, and then maybe we'll put in some sort of lines to make it look more like it's sort of individual pieces rather than just one big sort of lump, a lump of straw. The top of those. So just sort of striping away really. Tufts might be a better word rather than lumps. Brown ochre, I'm going to do a similar thing. I'm just going to put some lines on. So we get some different colour in our straw. And I'm just going to use the just dark Naples ochre, which I'm going to sharpen for a last bit. I'm going to use that specifically on these, just where we put a darker colour on the edge. I'm going to go over it with this and sort of bring it in towards the middle a bit more, and then just some stripes of this one as well. And there we go. Broom. Now my next thought was the crystal ball. Quite hard. Here we go. Put it in the middle. Now we've got this sort of intricate business going on at the bottom, and then we've got the actual sphere. I think we'll deal with the bottom first. We've got a heart, and I quite like that to be pink, but and I quite like it to be pink metal look. Now this isn't easy, but I'm gonna have a go. Just looking at what colours I've got. I think that might work actually. I'm just trying to decide, but yeah, I think I'm going to use the pink carmine. I haven't used it for ages, so it's a fun one to use. I like the colour particularly anyway. So here we are, pink carmine. And for the heart, I'm just going to start with the heart. I'm going to go around the edge quite dark, so I'm trying to layer up a bit as I go, and then a bit less towards the middle, so the centre slightly faded. It might look more jewel type than metallic, but I'm okay with that. And then this circle the same way, it's quite small, like that, and then these. So try and put a bit less colour in the middle, really hard with the small ones. Just do the best you can. Now this piece I'm going to do darker here and light towards the middle like that. Same here. Maybe it's if it doesn't look metallic, maybe it looks just like it's a shiny glass or something. A bit less there. And then the same on this one. Just fade it as it comes in towards the centre. Like that. Now the bit behind I think should be a bit darker. So I'm going to pick a darker colour. I think we have a, do we have a permanent carmine? Yeah. So I'm going to use the permanent carmine, it's a little bit darker, to fill in all the little gaps. If it's not quite dark enough, that is okay. This bit I'm just going to colour in quite solid. There's not going to be any shading in there. In fact, I'll probably do that for all of it. All of these gaps, although there needs to be darker. It's not dark enough, so I do want it to look like it's the same. It might all be made of the same material, but some might just be darker and some might be catching the light. I don't feel we've got enough contrast there, so I'm going to grab the burnt carmine, which is even darker, and just put a few real dark bits in. I think I've said the word dark enough times. So there's the burnt carmine. I'm going to sneeze again. Oh, I don't want to sneeze. And I'm going to go in firstly underneath this top piece here, where I think there would be a good bit of shadow in under there, and under here, particularly at the end, under the heart, and around, and also behind this heart. There we go. I think I'm just going to grab the rose carmine, or drop it on the table, one or the other. Pink carmine, sorry. These bits are just a little bit too pale. It's a bit too much white showing through there. Just a little bit more. There we go. Oops. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Now, inside our globe, oops, sorry. We've got choices. We could do like a wispy smoke effect, a sort of galaxy sky type thing going on. What should we do? Or we could do some really brash colours that don't match. I'm thinking blues. That's what I'm going to do. That's what my brain's telling me. I'm going to start with the sky blue, and I'm going to start with this bit on the top. Now, what we have to think about is that my pencil's broken. I think this sharpener is definitely getting too blunt. I'm just going to go and get my dowel. 1 minute. Okay, I have my sky blue and it's nice and sharp. So what we have to think about with the globe is it's going to be darker around the edge than in the centre, and that will help it make it look more spherical. So as I put my sky blue into this segment here, I need to put more layers on the outside to make it look a lot darker compared to the bit that's more inside. So I'm going to do this outside bit first. I'm going to go back and forth a few times, really layer up my colour, and then fade that towards the centre of this line here. Like that. And hopefully we can start to give an illusion of shape. You probably won't see it with just this one little bit done. I'm also thinking I might do that little bit in this, that little bit in the sky blue as well. Let's just straighten you up, there we go. And sort of fade it in. There we go. Okay, now the next bit, I quite fancy doing pink. I'm going to grab this pink. This is the light purple pink. And I'm going to make it dark on the edge here. A bit lighter towards the middle. A bit darker on this edge. A bit lighter. And darker down here. A bit lighter as we go up. Again, this probably won't be enough to be able to see the pattern of light to dark, but hopefully it will start to form. We may need to complete the very last one before the illusion really works. There we go. Now, what should we do? Let's do a sort of a violet. So again, darker down here. And then less. So it's just less layers, lighter colouring really. Darker in there, just becoming less until we're sort of done. There we go. I'm going to do that as a separate bit to this bit. What should we go next? We could go, I think we'll stick with these colours, the pink, purple, blue. You don't have to go quite as light. Oh dear. I just have a little snooze. I'm thinking I'm going to use this. This is the light cobalt turquoise. I keep knocking it, I'm sorry. Now, I don't don't know what crystal balls are supposed to look like. I've actually got one. What? No, husband's got one. I haven't. And maybe in here beside me. Just looking. No, I thought it used to be there on a shelf, but it's gone. And it doesn't. It's just a clear globe, so it's not very exciting. But I guess that bit should be a bit darker because it's nearer the edge. I guess the this one is, because this one's coloured, I wanted it to look, you know, because it's got these lines, I wanted it to be coloured. I think I'm going to use the light magenta for the last bit. Sorry, that's really blurred. And just try and make it a bit lighter. Hopefully it looks like it's a bit darker around the edge and lighter. And I'm going to use the Posca to help. Now if we use the Posca around here, it will shake. It's difficult for it to show up because we've done it so lightly. Sorry, I've done it so lightly. Like that. Hopefully that will help with the illusion of a sphere. So there we go. So there is our broom and our crystal ball. There we go. Whoops. Let's straighten you up. There we are. So there are the two items for today. I'm just going to brush the page off, it's very messy. Yeah, I'm going to finish this page because I'm having a lot of fun with it off camera, and then I will share it when I've done it somewhere on my Facebook page, on my Instagram page, so it will be there for you to see. The only thing I'm thinking about, so I keep going is these little circles around here. I think I ought to do them the same colours as within here. So I'll probably do that before I put my pencils away and forget what I used. But and then I may or may not keep them like it. I might turn them white once I've done the background and use some pen. I might make them sparkle, you know, I might do some other things. But for now, that's all I'm going to do. So thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I hope that you have a really super day. Yeah, happy colouring.